So, my Jin, 21st century demons. I like saying that. People, ladies and gentlemen, welcome. If you're first time joining my channel, my name is Lucifer, business and spiritual consultant extraordinaire. And you might be wondering, what the heck is Lucifer doing on Earth? Well, I'll tell you what he's doing on Earth. He is telling you everything that the Earth is made of, which is business and spirituality. So, um, we just saw, well, you guys just saw, a lot of people just saw Elmera speak upon me and my stances. Now, I understand one part that it might be something that happened a long time ago, and I understand that even EA admitted that he kind of like stole some knowledge and brung it back to America. I understand that. I understand that completely. And you might feel some kind of way about it, but it's not that serious either. It ain't that serious either. It's not like he didn't have the right to do it. He just took a little bit more rights than he should have had. I'll give you that. I'll give you that much. But to be quite honest, in the era that we're living in today, where, secrets are unacceptable, because people are tired of living in secrets, because secrets kill. It's a little bit normal for people. I stole knowledge too, to be quite honest. I'm Helios, I'm Icarus. I flew too close to the sun. I'm Prometheus. I stole the fire from the Titans. So I understand this whole concept about like getting knowledge and giving it back to the world, which is what Prometheus did, and and what Icarus was trying to do. If you understand the psychological aspect of Icarus flying too close to the sun, it's not an actual literal term of him flying too close to the sun. Is that he got too much knowledge. He had too much knowledge, and he used that knowledge in a way that it burned him. Just like in the Tablet of Thoth, the warning that they give you is not an actual warning. It's actually a curse. Well, it's not. Well, people think it's a curse, but it's not really a curse. It's just the truth. And it's so much the truth that it just seems like, yo, this nigga just cursed this book because, like the things that he said is actually happening. And the Tablet of Thoth could be a correlation with Christianity. As when you try to act like Yeshua, well, you become Yeshua, and the things that are attached to Yeshua will attach itself to you. And especially if you're trying to bring knowledge to the world, a lot of people are not receptive to that knowledge, so you will be shunned or ostracized for trying to do so. A lot of people there's a lot of historical scholars that wonder why he even tried to help humanity. So it is what it is. I digress. Like I said before, I understand his stance on that one right there. What I don't understand, like I said before, is like you're removing videos from your website. Like a month ago, you were talking about Marinette that was doing things to women. I think that shit was happening to you. I think that shit was happening to you. You removed those videos, acting like you don't know me, and you just figured. I don't believe that for 1 second. I don't believe that for 1 second that you didn't know about me a month ago. Because a month ago you were talking about cursing people, Marinette cursing people, all kinds of shit. All those videos are out of there. And I'm pretty sure some of your viewers saw those videos. They just don't understand or know why you removed those videos. Because your plan was doing this. This is what your real plan was. You wanted to wait a little bit, act like you don't know who I am, and then pull out some videos and yada, 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 blah, blah, blah. So to me, if I was a betting man, I would say you're part of this conspiracy, which I speak of so much. I might be wrong. You might be just a familiar, or I think you're a familiar. I think you might be a familiar because it's weird to me that you're a spiritual person and you don't know what's going on in the spiritual world. How can you be a spiritual person and think that the things that I talk about in my videos are delusions? Oof. Wrong move. Wrong move. Wrong move. There's that you just nailed yourself to the coffin right there. You just nailed yourself into a coffin. You can't be a spiritual entity, whoever, whatever you consider yourself to be. I don't know if you consider yourself to be a spiritual person or a spiritual entity because you said you was a Christian at the end of the video, or in the middle of the video. I don't know, but you said you're a Christian. But so, what is all this voodoo things that you're talking about? Like, why are you talking about voodoo? Why aren't you talking about Christianity if you're just a Christian and you don't practice magic? Well, you don't practice black magic. More importantly, why would it bother you that somebody that practices black magic talks about black magic on his website? Speaking of EA. So it bothers you that people talk about things that you don't talk about? I don't get it. I'm lost here. I'm lost in the sauce. I'm in space right now. You know what I mean, bro? Like, which one is it? You know, because you're not a spiritual person. You don't practice black magic. The things that I talk about on my channel are just conspiracies. You know, delusions and conspiracies. So what are you, and what are you doing here? Why are you here? What are you saying? What is your point exactly? I think you sell jewelry. I'm not sure, but I think you sell jewelry. Why don't you talk about jewelry? Why don't you just talk about jewelry? I don't understand. I don't get it. What? The question I'm asking myself at this point is, what the heck is all your viewers listening to? Because I don't listen to your channel. I don't really listen to your channel. The only thing I know is you was laughing at a guy that was trying to help out. That's the only thing I know about you. That's how much I know. I don't know much. I don't know that much. And you're the only guy that was laughing at him. You know what I mean? It's not like there was like 3 billion people. There's not 3 billion people laughing at EA co-editing right now. There's only you. So you have a very clear problem with him. Very clear problem. You might have a problem with him that happened in the past, but it's in the past. That's the whole point. You come out of nowhere 10, 15 years later, and you acting like you're the one that destroyed his shit 15 years later. 10 years later, I don't know. But it looks like it's a long time, because I know I've seen the reason why I look like shit in video and things like that. That already there, they were saying that happened years ago. So I don't know, man. Is that what people consider you destroying people? 15 years later? 10 years later? Or 7 or 5? I don't know. Is that what I should be afraid of? That 15 years later you're gonna come back and bite me in the butt? Pause. If you got other examples, go right on ahead. Take a leap of faith and do a video about that. Cause right now you're looking kind of sketchy, man. You're looking kind of dodgy, bro. Like, I'm a Christian. I don't practice magic. You're talking about magic all the time. I never heard you talk about being a Christian. I don't really watch your videos, but I know the ones that I watch, I didn't hear anything about Christianity in there. Last night you were talking about zombies in your kitchen. I don't know. I'm at a loss here. I don't know. Delusions of grandeur. Delusions. A spiritual entity, a spiritual being that's not part of the spiritual world. How can that be? How does that even make sense? How are you walking around? You're a spiritual person. You're walking around and you have no idea of all this, everything that's going on, this whole thing, this whole shebang. That's peculiar, man. It's very peculiar, very mysterious. That's very mysterious shit that you got going on right there, man. So I don't know. You're digging your own grave here, man. Like you're straight up digging your own grave here. I don't even know how you guys are gonna react to the last videos, unless if you're not a zombie, pardon the pun, if you're not a zombie, if you're not a dead person, you're gonna realize that the guy he ain't there yet. He's not there yet. He's not there. He hasn't barely even started. Barely even started. Barely even started, bro. Like you just, I don't know. It can't be. It doesn't make any sense. There's no way. There's just no way. It doesn't make any sense. There's no way that you don't know what's going on, and you call yourself a spiritual person, a spiritual entity, or I don't know where you put yourself in this whole spiritual world thing. But from what I know, all the millions and thousands of people that are living in the spiritual world right now, that's living in a four-dimensional aspect, because they haven't gone to the 5th dimension yet. So the 4-dimensional, everything is topsy-turvy in the 4th dimension, because 4th dimension is only time and space. It's only movement in space. That's all it is. So everything is convoluted in the 4th dimension. That's why nobody needs to be in the 4th dimension. That's why when you actually elevate yourself, you go from the 3rd dimension to the 5th dimension. There's nothing in the 4th dimension. 4th dimension is just a bunch of weird shit. But you got to elevate yourself in order to pass through the 4th dimension. I'm a 5th-dimensional being, and I am capable of seeing 4th-dimensional entities and 3rd-dimensional people. High-powered 3rd-dimensional people. So are you a high-powered 3rd-dimensional people? Probably, maybe, I don't know. Maybe. I have no idea. Because like I said before, I don't know where to put you. You're a Christian. So you're just a Christian. You're just a Christian. You don't like, but you hang around goths, but you don't like demonology, or I'm confused. I don't know what you're saying. Like I don't know what you're saying, man. Like clarify it, please, bro. Clarify it, my dude. Like, where are you right now? You're lost in the woods, man. You're lost in the sauce. You're lost in space. You're launching in space, man. Voodoo's not black magic. What the fuck? What kind of... What? Mixing African voodoo with Haitian voodoo. Why are you mixing the both? Dude, it's either you do one or the other, man. You don't need to mix both. You don't need to mix both. And it's not the same thing. African voodoo is not the same thing as Haitian voodoo. It's not the same thing. You're mixing both. We call them Papa Leg, but blah, blah, blah. It's not the same people. So it's just weird. It's either you do one or the other. I'm not saying there's nothing wrong with any of them. I'm just saying it's either you do one or the other. I can't practice voodoo. because I'm a demonologist. That's why I can't practice voodoo. They don't mix. It's not that I have a problem with it. I just can't do it because I'm Lucifer. But they're still my children. They're still my children. I don't know. They come from me. They come from my effervescence. They come from my effervescence, man. So so you have a whole formula where you're trying to depict that you're a super successful guy and that voodoo made you successful or Christianity made you successful. I don't know. And if Christianity made you successful, then why are you offering something else than Christianity to the people that come and see you? Shouldn't you offer Christianity? I'm confused here. And I mean, your business is none of my business. But if I need to say it, what are the people that come to you for? Like, they do come from voodoo, or do they come from or the Christianity shit? I don't know. If people come and see me, they come and see me for some demon shit because they know I practice demon shit. you know and that's it, bro. Like, there's no confusion about that. I'm not two things at the same, well, more or less speaking. I don't want you to think that I'm one dimensional now, you know but to me, you're the one dimensional guy. To me, and you can't tell me that you're not one dimensional, and you can't tell me you're not one dimensional. You practice one thing and you know one thing only. You're one dimensional. Me, I respect all of it. I practiced all of it. And maybe you did too. You kind of said in your video that you kind of, you used to practice other things. You mentioned a couple of things, and whatnot. And, that's just, I don't know, some Christian books. And, so I don't know. I guess you might have other dimensions, other facets. You might have other facets, but I don't believe that you have other dimensions to you. You don't talk like somebody that has more dimension. As a matter of fact, you speak like somebody that's in the 3D world, that's in the 3D dimension. You don't talk like somebody that's part of all of this. You don't talk like somebody that knows about all of this. You see, people, that's the kind of thing that I'm talking about. There's some people that travel when your mind is not as powerful as it should be. When you are living a 2D experience in a 3D world. There you go. That's better. That's a better way to say it. Some people live a 2D experience in the 3D world. But some people live in a 3D world, live a 3D experience in a 5D world. And the thing is, you might travel. See, me, if I travel, anywhere I travel, everything changes. I live a crazy 3D, 4D dimension. I live an experience. That's what happens when I travel, when I go places, when I do things. That's what happens when I do it. But you see, somebody like you live in a 2D experience. So everything you see is face value. So you don't even have access to the fourth dimension or the fifth dimension. And I don't even know how much of the third dimension experience that you're actually having. Because you're saying that these things are just conspiracies. I don't really talk about conspiracy theories, man. I talk about facts, bro. Like, I don't talk about conspiracy theories, man. And For you to consider those conspiracy theories when it's like a thing that's going on right now with thousands of people, that means you're living a 2D experience. You're living a 2D experience. Give me a second here. So I just had a message from one of your friends, the same guy that you posted an image of in your video, saying that you're sarcastic when you say that you're a Christian. I don't know. Whatever. You said it, not me. And that still doesn't explain where you at in the world. You, who are you? Like, who are you? To me, I'm a hunter. I'm Lucifer. I'm Seth. I'm a spiritual leader. I help people. I've helped thousands of people. Thousands. Not just on the internet, in real life too. I'm a G a little bit. Respect your energy, not just your energy. I'm a lot of things. But for somebody that holds himself at the status that you want to hold yourself, I haven't seen anything yet. I haven't heard anything yet. And I don't think anybody else has either. The only thing that your people keep telling me is how you're going to destroy my channel. I'll destroy my channel if you're capable of it. I don't think you can. I don't think you have the capacity of doing that. I think you're aiming your sword at an apparition. I don't think you can cut me down because I don't even live in your dimension. I'm going to stop the video right here. Have a good one. Peace out.